Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachsek's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 105, and we are in the midst of the chapter of Bas, about a daughter. Ve'abas asher tishalel, a woman, a daughter that is praiseworthy. She should not place her eyes and look towards Oisher, towards wealth. She should be just fine and desirous of living with ra'av, with hunger, ubitzama, and thirst, ube'erum, and she should be, unclothed, meaning, or not as clothed as she would like to be, not having all the clothes that she would want. Ubechaiser kol, she should be willing to lack everything. V'yechelka im Talmid Chacham Hashem, if she'll be zeichet to marry Talmid Chacham, someone who fears Hashem. And therefore, a woman that is married to a Talmid Chacham has to train herself. She should have good eyes, which means she should look favorably upon things. She should not be so particular that she wants all these pleasurable foods and the like. She doesn't care about jewelry so much. Or beautiful clothing. She doesn't have to go shopping every single week to get a new wardrobe. She should get herself accustomed to lack a little bit of sleep. Not so much talking. To be careful. Should be zoriz, alacritus, and zealous, and all the other good midas, taivas, good character traits. Then Hashem will give good to her. Why she's married to Talmid Chacham? She's there for him, to support him and take care of him, and therefore all these things. Doesn't have money for the nice clothing, for the fancy food and the like. It's just to be able to support her husband in learning, so on and so forth. A little bit of sleep, so that you can wake up at the crack of dawn with your Talmid Chacham husband and help him start his day. All of these things, a woman who wants that kind of a life, she prepares herself for it. The sages tell us, a father is obligated to make his daughter look beautiful with jewelry and the like, so that the men will jump on her, meaning that they will want to marry her. That's what it means. But a daughter that is yiras Hashem, that has fear of God, she should not be seen in front of single men and the like. Of course, if she's wearing makeup and jewelry, she looks pretty. She should not be seen by other men, those bachim, young boys in yeshiva and the like. Not only that she should not cause them to have thoughts of sin, of doing sinful things with her, especially in this generation, says the Pele Yoetz, where there are people that are just simply chasing after the desires. The men are just caught up in the world of taiva, so a woman has to be even more careful. Now that's Pele Yoetz hundreds of years ago. Allah has come, all the more so in our generation, how careful a attractive young woman must be to make sure that she's not causing men to go astray and to think and dream about her and do things that they should not be doing. Says the Mechvar Amar B'Shas, it says just Lamanu Yiras Achet Ben Besula. We learn out the fear of Hashem from a Besula, from a virgin, the Rabbi Yochanan Shamalaisa Besula Shaisa Mispalelis. He heard this Besula, he heard this virgin davening to Hashem, Ribono Shel Olam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barasa Gan Eden, you created Gan Eden. Barasa Gan Eden, you created Gehenna. Barasa Tzadikim, you created Tzadikim. Barasa Hashem, you created wicked people. Yiratzam Avanecha, may be your will. Hashem Elokeinu Elokeinu V'Seinu, Hashem our God and the God of our forefathers, She'al Yikashlu Bi B'nei Adam, that men should not stumble through me. This is the tefillah of a woman. She doesn't want to be responsible for men having Yehorim, the wrong thoughts, improper thoughts, doing things that are improper, dreaming about this woman that he saw walking down the street. And therefore, says the Pele Yoetz, she should be mispal, she should daven, that she should not be the source of any man's weakness. The story is told about the mother of the Maharal. The Maharal Miprag was one of the greatest giants of Torah that we've seen in the last 500 years. His mother was a very beautiful woman. And she was once walking down the street and she noticed that there was a man that was watching her, and everywhere she turned, he turned with her, and she finally was able to escape. But she realized she was so beautiful that men were turning their heads on the street, which she was very uncomfortable with. And she davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, please remove the beauty that I have so that I should not be responsible anymore for causing men to sin. And sure enough, lo and behold, her natural beauty that she had ended up leaving her, and she became much less of a beautiful woman. And that was all because she wanted to make sure that she didn't cause another man to do sin. Says the Pele Yoetz further over here. Fine. All the virgin women should do this with the end, and they should hide themselves. Because as we know, all the honor and the glory of a bas melech, of a princess, a Jewish woman, is panim, is on the inside. Let her stay inside. Don't let her be seen outside to the eye. People shouldn't see her. In the cities of Yishmael, some kind of Arab towns, they're actually careful with this a little bit. But in the cities, the Roman cities, the men are mamish parrots. They are so wild and wild over there. Watch out. This is the minhag of places. Minhag, the word minhag, mem nun hey gimel, is the letters of Gehenim. The same word for the same letters that we use for minhag, for custom, is the same exact letters for Gehenim, which is that world down there. And therefore, a person has to be very, very careful over here. And that carefulness is that a woman should make sure that she is more in hiding than she is prostrate out there on the streets that everybody could see. Because the men, unfortunately, are going to inherit Gehenim if they are looking too much at these beautiful women. The Isha Yiras Hashem Hitisala, a woman that fears God, that's what is most praiseworthy. But they say, do not follow the masses. If you do that, you don't follow the masses and you keep things quietly to yourself, the reward is going to be gigantic. Because of the Sefer Chasidim, it says in the Sefer Chasidim, there was a certain young maiden who didn't put on any jewelry, makeup at all. She didn't want to make the men that were watching her stumble. As a result of that, she merited to have a beautiful zivug, a wonderful marriage partner, chacham v'chasid. He was wise and he was pious. And therefore, says the Pele Yoetz, how careful women have to be to make sure that they're not doing things that are turning the heads of men and causing them to look too much at her instead of being absorbed in their wife and the like. All the best.